Well, 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 look what came in the mail. All right, you guys, so this means last piece before the car can go back on the ground. So this is the Global West front sway bar, 1 1/8 inches. And a few things that came, I didn't even know I was getting end links. And that's good because it turns out my other end link, at least one of them, was bent. So this looks good. Some grade 8 bolts and nice, everything's new. I bought these because I thought I would need them, but apparently not. But I have a spare set now. So those came, and check these out. Look at that. Greased fittings. So that's pretty nice, right? Slap some grease in there with your grease gun. The only thing I'm reusing is my bolts, original bolts. I think they're fine. I cleaned them up, and I sort of throw them in a bag with some penetrating oil, I think they're all right. I'm just gonna reuse the original bolts. And that's it. Let's look at these side by side though. Here's the original. And just to get an idea. I mean, first of all, look at the difference in beef factor. But that gives you, let me see, let me flip this over. Yeah. Difference in thickness. Whatever. We know the new one's going to be a massive improvement with sway bar stiffness. So I'm going to put this in pretty easy and get it all hooked up. It does pay to check these things as you're installing. So the grease fitting actually goes through down to the sway bar. However, this one, somebody didn't do their drilling job properly. So that needs to be knocked out before we continue. All right, well, this is a little discouraging because the bolt is too short. So unless it's designed to not be used with these spacers, with the bushings, there's not enough room to put the top. Let me see if I can show you. There's no room to put the top washer and nut on. None. Let me see if I can take off the top. So I don't know if Global West suppliers are coordinating with each other, but I got the bottom on, I got the middle on. Maybe that's supposed to go down in there more, but it's not really moving. And then the top has this much space. That's not enough. All right, well, I'll keep working on it. Maybe it's something I'm doing. Okay, so I happen to have this bag from Mid-American Motor Works of these sway bar end link bushings. And let me show you the difference. They're a little smaller than the ones that came with the Global West set. And the measurements are about, these are about 0.69 inches, not counting that lip. And these are like 0.8 something. And they're just way thicker. You can see that they're taller. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace all these. I'm gonna replace all the Global West ones because there's just, let me see if I can show you guys. This, obviously these are all tight in there, and I actually tighten this up overnight to try to see if I could compress them. But look at the height. If I put the top one on, well, let me put it the right way. The threads aren't even coming out, and I still have to put the washer on and then get the nut on there. So see, It's just these are huge. So I'm gonna swap them out with the Mid-America Motorworks ones and be right back. I am happy to report that fixed the issue. So these regular sized bushings worked fine. Got those in. And I just shot some grease in here with the grease gun. And you can see that it got around different places. So I'm just gonna leave that, clean it up a little. That's plenty of grease. And I'm gonna finish that up, tighten this up, and then I'm gonna heat gun these logos off because I don't like stickers all over. I appreciate you, Global West, but I don't like stickers all over the place under the car. So I'm gonna heat gun these stickers off, and that's it. And we're gonna put the car back on the ground. Okie dokie, folks. Let's take a moment and look at a complete Global West front end. Upper A arms, lower A arms. 1 1/8 inch sway bar. Tie rod spacers. That's it. It's all in, it's all together finally. So I can drop this down onto its tires, which will be the first time in a 1.5 years. I think this got jacked up in December. It is now about to be May. So, and that's a 1.5 years. That's not a half a year. That's a 1.5 years later. All right, that's exciting. Thanks for watching. If this whole front end fails, we know who to blame. Just kidding. I did remove a lot of the stickers. Anyway, pretty happy with this. It looks good. Everything's solid. And got the QA1 coilovers in there. I'm excited. Yeah, very happy with the way this came together. And I hope to report back success and good handling into the future. We'll see. Okay, folks. Well, there it is. First time the car's been on the ground, really, since I pulled it up in here in December of 2021. So I just lowered it. I made sure to put the wheel chuck in because I have no brakes, basically. Yeah, the rear pads are not in, nor is the parking brake adjusted, so you can move it really easy. So, you know, it's on the ground. Now this is gonna give me a chance to address the rear leaf spring, torque that down. That's hasn't been torqued yet, so I'm gonna get that torqued. These are sitting nicely, and the rear is basically pretty good. Maybe a little high, but I kind of like the rake. It's got a little rake going on. I would probably lower that a bit, but I'm gonna let things settle in. We're also missing a lot of weight from the car. No gas in the tank, no deck lid. Obviously it's lighter, but the front is not missing much weight, just the hood really. And look at the fitment already. I haven't even adjusted the coilovers, but I could live with that. Anyway, we're not to that stage yet, obviously. A lot of work to do, but hey, it's back on the ground. So what this will allow me to do is take another look at this window frame, the upper windshield frame, and try to get this sort of, you know, just sorted out so I can weld that in place now that the car is back on the ground. Deal with some other stuff, but I'm pretty happy right now. And then of course I can check the suspension. I can tell you one thing, I just did a little test on the front. It is super stiff up on the front end. So I'll probably, well, anyway, I don't need to worry about that now, but what do you guys think? It's looking okay. All right, thanks for checking in. See you later.